Today, they are my company. Company as in guests, not company as in ownership of. The company as in guests, because that's what my grandmother used to say. We're going to have company. That means somebody's coming to visit. So this is my company. Today, they are my company. Company as in guests, not company as in ownership of. The company as in guests, because that's what my grandmother used to say. We're going to have company. That means somebody's coming to visit. So this is my company. They're here accompanying me today. You have one student who can't make it. She didn't get a ride. And I was right out her way a little while ago, but I thought she had a way to get here. But I just called her and she said she was waiting for her sister to pick her up, and her sister didn't come. So she won't make it. That's Lonell Kane. You see on the program, Lonell Kane, she will not be here today. And we're going to go ahead and get started so we don't prolong the hour. So I don't know how much energy I have left. And we're going to go on and get started with our presentation. Let me tell you that each of my students are studying at different levels, different methods of study. I don't have two who are studying the same method or the same way. They each have their individual ways, and I allow them to do that. It makes for easier performance. If you can do it your way, as long as you learn the material, that's good for you. And so each of them are studying at different levels and in different methods of study. Some of them will be playing using their music. They all read music. That's a requirement. We all have to read music. And some will be playing from memory, and others will have their music and they will be reading the music as they play, depending on their abilities to do so. We're going to start with the first one on the program, which is, each of you, I hope each of you have a program. We're going to start with Kendra. Kendra's going to play two selections. Each one is going to play two selections. Something called a classical selection, and then since all of my students come from different churches, we're going to play our second selection will be a church hymn of the church or song of the church. So that's how we're going to try to lay this out today. We're going to start with Kendra. Kendra's keyboarding, and Kendra is going to play the hammer and saw, and then she'll play Mary's Lord Jesus with an interlude. And you want me to tell them what an interlude is, or you want to tell them? I knew you'd say that. Interlude being in the middle, prelude being before, postlude being after, interlude is in the middle. So she's going to play Mary's Lord Jesus with interlude. Kendra? I put in the program, the student is key keyboarding. Keyboarding means that they set their own settings on the keyboard, because keyboards can make lots of different sounds. So I permit them to set their own settings for the song to make the song most effective. Now they're used to each of them are used to their own keyboard, but this one is mine, and so I have converted the settings so that so they may be looking for their settings, but that's because this is a different keyboard than they're used to playing. But I tried to make it as close as possible, and I wrote them down so we wouldn't forget. And next we have Taylor. Taylor was taking her lessons back in the fall, and she had a terrible accident. And she had suffered a leg broken, and she had to wear a cast. And Taylor plays piano. It's very difficult to get a cast under the piano. So she had to suspend her lessons for a while. So she's only recently returned for her lessons. She's recently got the cast off, and now she can sit at the piano, and she's doing really well. So Taylor's going to play 4 of her gold star pieces. We have stars, but we do real well with these stars. So she's going to play 4 of her gold star pieces for you. The first of her pieces is the pendant. Now, you know how a pendulum walks. See if you can hear, you could imagine with the music what the pendulum looks like. And this is kind of buzzy. People like these. And the weeping willow tree. Very sad. The willow tree is very sad. Didn't have to tell you about that, did I? She got it again for you. Listen to this. She's got it again for you. when it was lower, it sounded like a rough Yankee Doodle. So I said, fine, we're gonna play a rough Yankee Doodle. Awesome. Okay. Linnell didn't make it. She's a keyboarder, but she's not here, so hopefully she can next time. Next time I'll be more alert to her transportation needs. So we got Jayla. Jayla's a new student. She recently started, and she's doing very well. And she is also keyboarding. She's going to play the Morning Song by Greg. And when she first played it, she recognized it. And so when you hear it, you'll recognize it also. Did that remind you of cartoons? What if I'm nervous? Don't worry about it. We're all nervous. If you make a mistake, act like you meant to do it. Okay, next we have Mrs. Carnell Ross. I'm going to tell you right now, she's my aunt. She's the aunt to a number of people in here today. Do you mind if I tell her you just had a birthday?
Yeah, tell her. Tell her, young man.
She just celebrated her 75th birthday.
Hey, you forgot 1 year.
some people have said to me, oh, I'm too old to learn to play. Not so. Not so. It's what you want. If you want it, you can do it.
She's been doing it off and on, but she started,
So wait.
actually she started nursing.
At me. And she had to learn a different method of playing because the other teacher taught differently than I do. And so she had to learn to do it a more efficient way. And so she's dealing with it and she's doing very well. It's like, you know, when things change, all of a sudden they just like turn over and you have to relearn. It's more difficult to relearn than it is to learn it in the first place. Okay. Next on our program is Derek Daniels Jr. Tell you something about Derek. Derek is 6 years old. Derek's been taking lessons for about 18 months. Derek is studying at a level 2. He's like a house of fire. he just goes for it. And he's going to be playing 2 songs. He's going to play Olympic Games. And what a friend we have in Jesus. Now Derek is going to use his own keyboard because he's used to setting it, and I'm going to let him do it. Okay, back to the beginning. his own music. And if with a little encouragement, maybe he'll play a little bit of what we call the Lamar. Lamar is his middle name. And so what he composes we call the Lamar. And maybe with a little encouragement, he'll play a little of the Lamar part. That's what I call the part two of the Lamar. Because his part one is very fast. He likes to play very fast. And part one is very fast. That's the second movement. What you heard was the second movement of the Lamar. Thank you, Gary, for letting us hear the Lamar as well. And who we have next? She's shaking her head already. I'm not even looking up and I know she's saying. Laura is a piano student. And I didn't start her. She came to me from another teacher. She's done very well also. And she's also a vocal student. We do some voice training. So she's going to play one for you. She's going to play the minuet. I just J.S. Bach, and she's going to sing God Bless the Outcasts. That's from the Disney, the Hunchback. God help me out, for nobody will. I ask for wealth, I ask for fame, I ask for glory, to shine on my name. I ask for love, I can possess. I ask for God and His angels to bless me. I ask for nothing, I never mind. But I want so many, bless me that please help my people, the poor and the I thought we all were the children of God. I ask for nothing, I can't get by, but I want so many, there's money than I. Please help my people, the poor and the I thought we all were the children of children of Patrick is keyboarder, and he's going to do a medley of Green Sleeves and Lean on Me. Patrick, yes, when you look at him, you'll know that sports is calling him. And so he told me that after this, he has to practice sports. He's not going to be able to take his lessons anymore because sports is calling. And I understand he's pretty good at it too. Pretty good at sports. So Patrick is going to play keyboarding for us in those two selections. Ready. about it is they are very appropriate for each other. Now, some of my students said that they're going to hold me to play. So they're going to hold me to play one. Is that right? Because I said that I would. I told them that I would. They were talking about being afraid. I said, well, I'm going to play. So I guess I've kind of committed myself. We're going to try a little Beethoven. And it is something that you will probably... This is called Album Block. It's by Ludwig van Beethoven. Most people call it Fur Elise, which is the English translation of it. I guess Beethoven thought he was somewhat of a ladies' man, and he wrote this for Fur Elise. Okay? Thank you very much. We're so happy that you all came, and on the back of the program is our thanks, our many, many thanks. I have my family working. My family is here doing the grunt work for me, and I really appreciate them. And to all the parents, guardians, thank you for your cooperation and your putting up, because I come into your homes. Thank you for that, for allowing me into your homes, and for supporting these young people. And she said, "Oh, I didn't see it." People with their attempting to do, and they're all really progressing in this, and it's your fault because you are behind them with the support. We really appreciate you for that. At this time, we have some certificates. Because we're looking forward to a fall recital. We're going to try for a fall recital. Okay, Kendra. A hand for Kendra. Patrick. Taylor. Linnell's not here. Derek. Laura. Garnell, Annelle, and Jayla. Thank you. Thank all of you for being good students, because you all are. You're all very good students. And thank you for appreciating their presentation. We really appreciate you. Thank you very much. Refreshments on the table in the back, so you can refresh yourself. We have some cards for those of you who, okay, Derek and Taylor, come back so we can get a shot of. We want to get a picture. If she pulls that chair over there, can you get her? Or she can stand there with me? Okay.
One more.
You got it?
Yeah.